What's up, Wikimaniacs? Welcome to the first March episode of Am I the Asshole? Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Get therapy.
I'm not ready.
Get
What's going on? It's your boy Josh here for another Friday Am I the Asshole episode. I am joined by my two co-hosts, John and Sean. What's going on, boys?
What to do?
It's Friday and it's March. Holy crap.
Yeah. I'm actually at a bachelor when this comes out.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are y'all playing it loud on the speakers? Everyone listening to Am I the Asshole?
No, I don't think we're going to be doing that.
Keep them hostage and be like, you are going to listen to this episode, brothers.
You cannot
Each of you are
leave.
going to play it on your phone and your laptop
Wow. Okay.
and the smart TV at the bachelor party.
Josh is just going to be like holding him at gunpoint. What'd you think, huh? Are you the asshole?
Like,
Tell me.
comment, subscribe.
Everyone become a $10 patron.
Yeah.
All right, boys, let's hop into the first story of the day. Cross-posted by Mary Gitz, 2011.
Yeah.
And I picked this one because I thought, I'm going to be on a bachelor. Why not start with a bachelorette themed story?
I'm into it.
Okay.
So this one's titled, Am I the Asshole for Asking My Guests to Not Crochet at My Bachelorette Party?
How many people are crocheting in your party?
And they might have a crafty group of gals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that could be a vibe. You do like a Friday night crochet before like going all out Saturday. Could be something.
Maybe that's how they mentally prepare themselves from turning up the next day.
Never know. Maybe they knit themselves or crochet themselves their going out outfit for
Ooh,
the next day.
whoa.
I feel like that's going to take forever.
However far they get, that's what they have to wear.
That is dangerous.
But which way are you guys leaning for this one?
I mean, if they ask nicely, then they shouldn't be an asshole. But if they're kind of just stickler about, hey, you can't do anything on your own downtime.
Wait, this is the bride or no?
It says my guest to not crochet at my bachelor.
Oh, yeah. Then you can say whatever the fuck you want. You're not the asshole.
All right. So I'm 28 female getting married this year. Yay. And went on my bachelorette trip last weekend. The trip was to a cabin type setting where we all stayed in the same house. I have 3 bridesmaids, but also invited some friends to come along. Part of the group is my brother's girlfriend, 36 female, of 5 months, who isn't in the wedding party. She wasn't initially invited because I don't know her well and they live in another state, but my brother asked me to invite her as a favor to him.
Why would people want to go to a bachelor party to someone they're
you're
not close
forcing
with?
them to do things that they're not even really part of.
What? I mean, why would you want to go?
Yeah.
Like, I get wanting to be a part of your partner's sibling's wedding, I guess. But I can't imagine forcing myself to go to
Yeah,
the
I feel
wedding. Or the
do that on
bachelor.
another time when it's not the wedding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or just like, if y'all are dating for a long time, y'all are going to have those moments eventually. You know what I mean? Why do
True.
the bachelorette party? I feel like that's an intimate thing. I don't know.
The closest people in your lives should be the
your
ones
best
in
friend.
Yeah. He said that she's never been invited to a bachelorette and likely never would be.
Damn.
I have no idea why. This is just what he told me. And hoped she could have this experience. Since people would be paying their own way and the group wasn't large, I figured, why not? She seemed nice enough. The problem is that during the weekend, she would insist on crocheting all the time, even during our events and games. When I asked her to participate with us, she said that she took time off for the trip and wanted to make the most of her vacation by catching up on her crochet projects.
Then why the fuck did you show up?
You could have just took
Just
the
take a week
PTO and fucking chilled at home.
Yeah, stay at home. What are you doing?
Yeah. And that playing games and hanging out with my friends wasn't fun, and she didn't want to waste her day off. All her words, not mine. To be clear, I don't care if she wants to crochet in general. Most of our activities ended after dinner anyways, and we just hang out in the living room. I just asked her to save the crocheting for the night after the activities.
Yeah.
My issue is that she was taking her crocheting with us to places like wine tastings, brunch, a museum tour, etc. It was super disrespectful in my eyes because she insisted on coming, yet wouldn't participate in the activity. Honestly, I was bothered that she was crocheting when we were playing bridal games, but at least that was in our living room. The trip is over now, but apparently she was super peeved that I asked her to limit her crocheting time, and my brother's pestering me to apologize for her ruining her trip.
You're crazy. You're
Yeah,
absolutely
you-
fucking
Your
insane.
brother is also out of their goddamn mind for this.
Yeah. I can also see why she has not going to be invited to bachelorette
I think I would have
parties in the
said that
future.
shit if I was OP.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I thought it was weird when your boyfriend, said, I want you to invite my girlfriend because she'll never go on one of these. I thought, that's weird.
You can be like, he
she's
said
friendly.
that.
Yeah. And I'll be like, yeah, he said that shit.
He said that.
He said it, not me.
I personally don't feel like I should apologize because she shouldn't have come to the bachelorette party if she didn't want to do bachelorette things.
Or just at all.
But I also love my brother very much and I don't want this to come between us. I'm starting to doubt myself because his girlfriend sounds really annoyed with me. Please help. Am I the
Not your
asshole?
fault at all.
Hell no.
Again, it's just like, okay, I understand as someone that's not like the most extroverted or whatever, like a group of people I don't really know, I'm going to need some sort of like activity to keep myself from hating my time and my life. But you know what? You could have just not gone. You could have just been like, all right, I don't know any of these people. I barely know your sister. Why the fuck am I going to take my PTO off and hang out in a foreign place with people I don't know or truly care about, to be quite honest?
Yeah, at all, it sounds like.
No, I completely agree. I mean, the girlfriend's definitely the asshole in this situation. It's like kind of what Sean said already. If you're not feeling it, if you're not that type of person to, do all these activities when it's usually reserved again for like the most important people in your lives, stay the fuck at home. And you're going to get an attitude when they ask you like, hey, it's a bachelorette party. Please participate with us. And you're like, you know what? I'd rather crochet. And also, I think the brother is kind of a big asshole in this scenario
Yes,
too, because
there you go.
you set your sister up.
You said
When
both
you
of them
said
up.
that she may have probably never be invited to a bachelorette party, it's because you probably know how your girlfriend acts and you still set your sister up with her. So I think he's the biggest villain in this
I
scenario.
wonder if he forced her to go.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what it feels
Like,
like.
I
honestly,
really
'cause
want
it-
you to be close to my family.
Yep.
And she's just like, okay.
Part of me also, because of like, I think the brother Loki kind of coerced her into going. I think that's her defense mechanism. Like, you know what? I'm going to act up here because I was forced to be here type of shit. That's just my theory.
Or it could just be that she really didn't want to be there and that's her comfort. And she,
Yeah.
I
And
don't,
then stay the fuck at home, girl.
No, but she
Yeah.
feels forced to by this dude.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah. I think it's very
One of these
odd.
two is the asshole. I don't know which one. It could be either one.
I
It
say
could be
both of
both,
them.
to be
Shit.
honest.
I'm picking both of them as
That's
assholes.
true.
Well, even if she was like forced to go by the brother, it's still not the bride's like problem. Like it shouldn't be. She shouldn't be ruining her like bachelorette because that's a you and him situation. Don't fuck up my weekend. So Reddit deemed not the asshole. However, OP added an edit with some points just to clarify some things. So one, she was crocheting a throw blanket about the width of an entire arm span. That's what she was carrying with us to dinner, museums, wineries, etc.
It's big as fuck.
It wasn't a small thing that fits in the size of my palm. She also had materials for the blanket with her, about 5 balls of yarn. I'm not sure what you call it, but each ball was about the size of a cantaloupe.
How big was her fucking bag to carry all this shit?
Literally just like a huge...
I can't imagine a
bought
bag
it-
that fits 5 cantaloupes and the blanket.
That's a lot.
our gaycation one might.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Still up
Our-
on the
our
shop
gaycation.
as of recording day.
I don't know if it will be by the time this releases.
It better
but-
not be. I plan on doing it after we record.
Point 2, we gave her the option to stay home. I told her I wouldn't be offended if this trip wasn't her style and she wanted to spend it crocheting,
Yeah.
but she insisted on coming out with us to every
See,
single
then
That's
that
weird.
makes her an asshole, even if she was forced to go.
Yeah.
You got your out.
Point 3, even though my brother asked me to bring her, she admitted to me that she wanted to come and that she had been asking my brother to ask me.
Okay. No,
Okay,
so
then
the
I-
brother's
I
kind of
say-
innocent. Well, no, not
Yeah,
really.
I'm sorry to the
'Cause
brother. I
he
apologize
still should
for
have
calling
been
you an
like,
ass.
no, that's weird, babe. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know them. They don't know you.
Are you going to enjoy
You're
it?
going to
Like,
want to crochet the whole time.
Yeah, she's a soul booty hole in this scenario.
No, I don't think he's that forgiving, is what I'm saying. I don't think the
He's being
boyfriend
put in a
Yeah.
weird situation.
I think he
though,
also
where
sucks.
Not as bad as I thought he
No,
was.
not as
gonna
bad
be.
because he didn't force it. But
He sucks for at the end for demanding an apology.
he
that
sucks
part,
at not talking
I
his
agree.
girlfriend out of this.
Or yeah, that too, I guess. But I think it makes him less of an asshole than her.
No, for sure. Now it was
Yeah,
equal
okay.
before. He's less now. But still, if we first started dating and Nancy was like, I really want to go to your sister's bachelorette party. And I said, what are you talking? I would have been like, what are you talking? You barely know them. Why would you be invited?
I'm still focusing on her. She's the ass.
No, I think he's wild too.
And number 4, she doesn't have social anxiety. She just thought our activities were boring and a waste of her time. I mentioned this in another comment, but I overheard her calling my party a basic bitch bachelorette.
Jesus
I know.
fucking
See, she's
Christ.
pretentious as fuck. So that makes me can't stand her even more.
But I didn't want to confront her because I didn't want to cause drama.
And you know what's crazy? The boyfriend knows that she's a bitch and he still sucked her on the party. So truly, I ain't wrong.
My biggest issue isn't that she wasn't giving me attention. Please, I'm a grown-ass adult and already thankful for the friends giving me love and joy during the weekend.
She's killing the vibe.
I just thought it was super rude to crochet such a big project during group activities. She literally brought her blanket to a museum and crocheted during a private tour.
Damn.
At that point, just like stay home.
Yeah, just leave her
like,
ass, bro.
Not like at home, but like at the Airbnb or the hotel or whatever. Why do
Well, they
any of the
offered.
activities? Why go to a museum? Why go to the fucking brunch? Why go to the winery
Yeah.
if you're not fucking with it?
Just take the weekend off and crochet if you want to do that at home.
Well, yeah, it sounds like she wanted to go to the party,
Which is weird. To
but
me.
then as soon as the party starts, she's like, "This shit sucks." Then just stay at the fucking wherever y'all, because they traveled to go here, right? Sounds like.
I think so.
Yeah. So just stay at the hotel. What the fuck are you doing?
Crazy to me. Reddit deemed not the asshole.
Yeah.
And Selena Rochelle 22 said your brother literally said he wanted her to go because she'd never been invited to a bachelorette and she had hoped she could have the experience. But instead of her being in the moment and actually participating to get the experience, she closed herself off by focusing on crocheting. You didn't ruin her trip. She imposed on your trip and isolated herself. You have nothing to apologize for, not the asshole.
Bitches get stitches.
And the brother.
I don't have one for that. I don't have a
No.
pun for that one. I don't know. I don't know
Same
enough
thing.
about crocheting.
Same pun. Bitches get snitches.
Oh,
Stitches.
yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
You could say
John
she
said.
really needles me.
Mm.
There you go.
Mhm.
We're moving on.
I hope the Bachelor trip's better than that one. So-
You have a random.
There's only a couple people I don't really know.
Yeah, tell them to stay ass at home, Josh.
I don't think they will do that.
Be
so.
like, crochet this dick.
All right, moving on to the next one here. Cross-posted by Full Grown Hip, which
At this point,
Right?
I've used their stories
Yeah.
quite a few times.
Really?
It's been a while, but
This is my new strawberry bunny. I've never heard
Oh,
this
now
name in
you
my life.
acknowledge Strawberry Bunny, huh? Nice.
yeah, Sean at least knows Strawberry Bunny.
Yeah. It took about 6 months of her being a goat, of them being a
Yeah.
goat. I don't know their gender.
So now we got to create a bit for Full Grown Hip so that Sean will remember them.
It's what I wish to be when I'm 50 years old.
All right, so I chose this one specifically for you two boys because it involves food etiquette, and I know you guys love to talk about that.
Ooh.
So this one's titled, Am I the asshole for bringing my own cheese to a restaurant because my boyfriend thinks ordering extra is irresponsible?
Is it? Isn't that shit usually free? I'm tripping. I don't usually get a lot of Parmesan on my shit.
Oh, if Parmesan's free.
Yeah.
But
Say when?
depends on what you're talking about because there are places where it's like on a burger, cheese is extra.
Oh.
Or like, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Depends kind of what cheese that you're trying to get. I mean, we're notorious for bringing rice at places that don't serve rice.
I do think it's wild to bring food. I mean, I'm not super against it. I do think it's wild to bring food into another restaurant. Like, I see people do like, oh yeah, I went to K Barbecue. I brought fucking tortillas. I'm like, that's live.
I've
That's
done
a
that.
great idea. I just could not do that. Or like
Done
synagogue
that
pockets
shit.
to hot pot.
I've
I'm
done
like,
that
yo,
shit.
what the fuck? That's wild, bro.
And that is delicious, by the way. You're like, for the extra like pot for the hot pot, can you just give us like boiling hot water? Thank you. And then we just put the Senegal mix in there. Oh, it's so good.
That's wild.
Genius. I think it's fine if you're ordering something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you're paying them for something, and then you bring a little extra something to add on to it, I think that's fine, in my opinion. I haven't done it.
Start serving rice everywhere, motherfuckers. Other than that, otherwise, I'm bringing a freaking rice with me. I need my shit, all right?
All right, let's hop into it. So my 28 female boyfriend, 30 male, has this thing about not spending money on what he calls unnecessary charges at restaurants. He refuses to pay for anything extra, guac, sauce, cheese, you name it.
Sounds like a bitch, bro.
He says it's a scam and that restaurants prey on people by charging for extra, which I will say sometimes.
That's true. It's wild that
Some do.
you know how much an extra thing is. Like guac. I mean, you can get a whole avocado for $1.
And then it's like $3 for a scoop of guac.
Yeah.
I have issues with restaurants charging extra for sauce.
That's also wild.
Extra sauce is crazy.
Unless you're getting like a fucking fat container of it.
Sure.
But even then, I'm like, come on.
They go on to say, which is fine, live your truth, but I love cheese. I love it. And there's this burger spot we go to where adding cheese costs $3.50.
Yeah.
Okay, that's predatory as
insane.
hell. What kind of cheese you got? Like Munster, freaking what? Like a combination of a lot of shit?
Maybe it's a different currency. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not.
Well, it's got the dollar sign, so I assume it's in US
Interesting.
dollars or Canadian. I don't know.
$3 for
That's
cheese
crazy.
is egregious.
I might be on his
Yeah.
side on that one.
Well, I agree it's overcharging.
I think it's wild, though, to bring in this instance where they provide it. Like at Hot Pot, they don't got synagogue packets. So, you got to make do. At K barbecue places, they don't have tortillas. So it's not like if you brought rice to a K barbecue place, then you're just kind of like, all right, you're just trying not to pay the restaurant, which feels fun.
It's usually included anyway, so it's all good.
True.
That's what I'm saying. So this is weird. Well, I guess what would be extra? I guess bringing your own beer somewhere that they already sell the beer.
I mean, some places are BYOB, so that's okay.
But if they're BYOB, they're also not selling beer.
People famously sneak snacks into like movie theaters.
Movie theaters?
all right.
Yeah.
I guess because I mostly eat at like mom and pop places, and there's not mom and pop
Oh,
movie theaters.
yeah. I guess that's true. That's true. So the cheese costs $3.50. He always makes a big deal about how it's a ripoff and pressures me not to get it. I usually cave to avoid confrontation. But this time I decided to be smart. Before we left, I put a couple slices of my own cheese in my purse. When my burger arrived, I casually took them out and put them on the patty. My boyfriend looked horrified. He asked me what the hell I was doing, and I said, saving $3.50. He got so embarrassed, saying I was making him look bad and that it was tacky and disrespectful to the restaurant. I reminded him that he's the one who refuses to pay for cheese, so what's the problem?
Yeah, they're predators, aren't they?
Yeah, he should be.
You should
actually
be
being
very hyped about that.
this is genius. Now he's upset, saying I should have gone without it and that I made a scene. But literally no one except him saw it.
Yep.
He thinks I humiliated him, but I think he set himself up for this by making such a big deal about cheese in the first place. So am I the asshole for bringing my own cheese instead of accepting the upcharge scam or sacrificing for the greater good of financial responsibility?
Man, I don't know. In this economy, $3.50 for cheese. And if that bitch is an American cheese, I'd probably burn that restaurant down. Like $3.50 for this piece of shit
It's a Kraft
processed
slice.
food?
I
Hell
will
nah.
say, as much as there are better cheeses, I got no hate towards American cheese, to be honest.
Oh,
I-
it hits every once in a while.
Grilled
Can't
cheese,
stand it.
Yes,
I hate it.
it's much better to use like other cheeses. But I mean, in a pinch, an American,
You throw that on an egg sandwich every once in a
Yeah.
while.
a fucking
Yeah,
fish
it hits.
fillet.
Sure.
Yeah,
I've never done it, but I could do that.
I don't eat at the place that sells fish fillet with cheese on it anymore because fuck them. But yeah,
So what are you saying for this one, Sean? Because you were adamant against the bringing the
all
cheese.
right. It depends on the kind of restaurant, in my opinion. If this is a corporate, fucking whatever, you know what I mean? Like there's a 1,000 of these, a chain essentially. Yeah, fuck it. Who cares? You're fighting against the man. If it's a mom and pop place, give them the $3.50. Even though I think that's absolutely fucking highway robbery. This fucking criminal.
Yeah, that's
I ain't,
good.
I ain't encouraging that shit. Fuck that. I'm bringing my own stuff.
My thing with that is like, eat at home then. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Don't fucking, like for mom and pop and small businesses and shit like that, They set their prices. If you're going to eat there, respect their prices, in my opinion.
I will say she is kind of caught in he's pressuring her not to get it. Like, he's just not willing to pay for it either way.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I think that's a tough spot for her to be in. I think not the asshole towards the boyfriend, potentially asshole towards the restaurant, but
no, I think the restaurant, that's a criminal charge, but you could eat elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think not the asshole in this situation, me personally. Yeah, like, would I do this? Probably not, but I would also just pay for the cheese if I really wanted it.
I think as a sign of just like petty revenge type thing, like, I don't think she's an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And petty revenge, this is a good one. But, I'm just saying myself, like, just fucking, if you don't like the prices of the restaurant, eat somewhere else, dude.
Yeah.
Don't give them $1 because they're being criminal with that $3.50. You know what I mean?
True. You don't think they're upcharging the rest of the items on the menu?
Just don't give them any of your money. Go somewhere else that isn't charging $3.50 for cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it seems like this is a weird control thing he has over her.
I think he just doesn't want her to eat cheese. She can't eat cheese.
I wouldn't do the cheese because he says that about every other.
Yeah,
like,
he says
things
block and
upcharged.
stuff too.
It's not just strictly cheese.
Yeah, I think it's just a control thing, so he can be like, "No, you can't get that. It's an upcharge." Like, and then she does it, doesn't cause a scene, and then he has to make.
I just wouldn't date somebody.
No, I agree. I think
she should
dumb.
definitely break up with this dude.
Yeah.
Look, Nancy wants to order anything on the menu. There's no conversation about it. She's ordering. I mean,
yeah, we're paying what we're going to pay.
What we're going to pay. We've made the decision to spend money. What's an extra $3.50? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not for a piece of cheese. Got me fucked up.
Then just eat somewhere else.
And that better not be one slice either.
It is.
All right. You better give me at least a block of that bitch.
It's one slice of American cheese, John.
You buy a block for like $5. It's more than that. So it's crazy. Yeah. Reddit not the asshole.
Yeah.
Educational T3299 said, "Please leave this man over a piece of cheese."
Yes.
And then the comment below that said, "My wife of 13 years would leave me if I denied her cheese."
Yeah, good riddance.
Moving on.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a cheesy pun.
It was.
I'm hating this Sunday energy today.
All right, let's move on to the next one here. Posted by no lower score depth 7474. And the title for this one is, "Am I the asshole for being at my breaking point with my husband's made up language?"
Damn.
I'll say, fuck it. Oh, wait, you're not the asshole. Yeah, not the asshole.
I was like, oh, shit, let's
I'll say
go.
he's probably fucking annoying.
Sean's like, I love my made up gabagool.
Gabagool.
As someone being in a relationship with a bunch of like made up languages, like, it doesn't bother me. But if that's something that's been talked about a bunch of times and your partner continually ignores your pleas about it, then you're not the asshole for being. It takes a lot to get in, a breaking point at some point. So like, I'm going no with this one.
All right, let's hop into it. Sorry, I had to look up what this means.
Gabagool.
No.
It's a classic traditional Italian dish.
Is it really?
Nah, I have no fucking clue.
I actually don't know what it means either, but no, the first sentence says "my OH," which I had to look up, and it's my other half. That's what it means.
Oh,
so
that was my only husband. I hope so.
That's what So my other half has always been a bit goofy, giving his own names to things and doing impressions. About 18 months ago, this started to increase a lot.
Sorry. Gabagool is an Italian cold cut, also known as capicola. I've heard that. I've heard of capicola.
I have heard that as well, yeah.
Technically a dish, right?
It is.
Technically,
You could put it on a dish.
I'm never wrong, guys.
Interesting.
I think it's something we're learning.
So it's now a constant presence in our life, and I'm finding it difficult to live with. For example, and I apologies if I mispronounce any of these made up words, he has his own names for retail outlets, professionals, organizations, etc. So, for example, Eat Your Greens is Walgreens. Sharts and Gobles is Barnes and Nobles. And he has about 30 to 40 everyday words that he insists on using in place of normal ones. Scuppers with a rising whistle at the end means yes. Bing with a descending whistle means no. And Baba Yaya means good night.
Was this one of those
Sounds like a
video
Sim,
game
baby.
posts? Like, is this also
He
Sims?
sounds like he's from The Sims.
He does sound like from the. It's not from The Sims. I will spoil that for you guys.
Gabba gabba.
He constantly does weird sound impersonations, not like celebrities or characters, but a single noise that's a made-up sound of something childish like a fart from a child's TV show. He speaks random words like garbage or douchebag whilst burping or farting. He has made up names for our friends, which he uses sometimes even under his breath when we're out with them. For example, this is crazy. Pam and Will is Pig and Wig. I mean, I don't know if I'd love to be
No,
called
I think
Pig.
if I was Pam, I'd be quite upset.
Yeah. Depending on if Will's bald or not, Wig could be crazy as well.
That would be wild.
I've had just about enough. We got into bed the other night and I said goodnight and he said, Baga Yaya, in a high-pitched voice he always does it in. I snapped and asked why he couldn't just speak to me normally, and he just laughed and came right up into my face and did it again. His whistling is
This
constant.
guy is like a living ick. It's crazy. Every time he opens his mouth, I'm God.
It's like, oh, cringe. He speaks to our kid in the stupid language, and I'm worried it's going to confuse normal language development because he changes the words so often. Our toddler should be about to hurt themselves. Instead of saying no or come here, he'll say some ridiculous made-up word or sound and then get annoyed when our kid doesn't know what he wants. He's normal in other respects. He works in finance and is totally professional around his colleagues, but completely different at home. I told him it needs to stop. I don't mind it occasionally or for fun, but it's all the time and it's wearing me down. He got upset and said I couldn't take a joke and that I'm not fun anymore. It's true that I've become more irritable and noise averse since we had kids, but I'm so worn out and over it, I just want him to relate to me like an adult. They do have edit here, but I'll ask the question, am I the asshole
No.
first?
I'd be going crazy personally.
Like I get doing like made up.
Yeah, bits are fun. Bits
Yeah.
are good. But bits are good when everyone is on the same page about the bit. You know what I mean?
When it's reciprocated.
Yeah. If my wife is constantly hating a bit I'm doing and then I continue doing it, I feel like I'd be an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Especially when they ask you to stop.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll make an effort to try and stop. Or like, yeah. And I know John has a made up language with his wife he's mentioned before. But again, that's you two doing it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not
So-
like you made up all the words and force her to fucking.
Adapt.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of leaning on everyone sucks.
Interesting.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, it's his kind of behavior that's kind of annoying, but I think I've only heard it one time in the story where, I think the first time she says like we had a conversation was kind of when they went to bed and then she just immediately snapped about it. I mean, yes, it shouldn't have been like a continuous conversation, but I feel like she doesn't fuck with him for a long time already. Like, I just feel like she doesn't like him, like at all.
Yeah.
So, I'm going like this relationship's kind of going nowhere. I think he's kind of set the way he is. That's how he is. He's trying to be goofy. He works in finance, probably have like stressful work environment. So he might associate home to be like, hey, I can kind of take my mask off and just be me. And I feel like him being goofy like that is the way he is. And she just doesn't like it. So I just think they're not compatible in this sense.
I don't know if I would call her. I don't know if she sucks, to be honest.
No,
Well, I'm not saying like she sucks where like she's a bad person. I'm just saying like I just don't think she likes him.
yeah. And to be fair, it sounds like we don't truly know when she brought this up for the first time. If that was
Or
the
how
first
long
time
he's been
or-
doing this. If he's been doing this for years and years before they had kids, and it's kind of just
Yeah.
like.
And if she hasn't said anything at all like throughout that time, then that's gonna be a shock on him. It's like, okay, I thought if you didn't like this, then why didn't you say something from the jump?
Yeah, and I don't know if we'll like there is an edit. I don't know if that'll clarify.
Okay.
But I will say I don't like when she did bring it up him being like, you can't take a joke.
Yeah, I didn't like that. And then I like, you know,
with a will too. I'm like, that sounds kind of
The
weird.
pig and wig.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But like they had the talk, and then like it continued, and then she was like, a separate occasion right before bed was like, can you just talk to me like an adult? Then he fucking says Baba Ya whatever again. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
right, bro. You fucking suck ass, dude. Like if that's your fun time or whatever, that's cool. Do something where you could talk to people and that like you're just because your fun time is your fun. That doesn't mean you need to make it like your wife. Like especially if your partner's like, dude, that fucking shit grinds my gears. I really need you to stop doing that shit. And then you're still like, mommy, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah, then they shouldn't be together.
Which is where I come to you, John, where it's just like, yeah, maybe they aren't. Or couples therapy could help. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
because we don't know any other aspects of their life. Maybe he's chill regardless. Maybe he's a great dad besides that. He's just fucking loves doing this weird voice. I don't know if that's like completely breakup material.
well, yeah, well, it really depends if this is built up resentment.
Yeah.
then
And it
could
just
be.
sounds like she resents the fuck out of it. That's at this point. This is the way she talks about him in the story. It's like, it sounds like you don't fuck with him at all anymore.
Yeah, which is like, yeah, with couples therapy, like so that you can talk about this professionally. I will say it does sound like he's fucking up his toddler's development though.
For sure.
Which is crazy
Yeah.
as well. So, but let's get into the edits and see if that does clarify anything for us as well. So edit to answer some frequent questions. Number 1, I do not believe, but I'm not health qualified, that he displays any symptoms of Tourette's, autism, neurological disorders, etc. Number 2, he is physically well by all measures. He is for sure not having a stroke or a significant physical health event. Which makes sense because he's been doing it for a while and sounds like it's ramping up. So I don't know. Number 3, yes, I could see this being a reaction to stress. Number 4, for those asking why I married him, he did not do this to this extent before we had kids. Occasionally, yes, with the occasional name or word, but not this regular. He is amazing in many ways, but this one thing is now too much for me. I don't feel it's right to discount him or throw him out or throw out the whole marriage because of it, but it does need to change. Number 5, he will not go to therapy.
See, that part is not good.
Yes. Number 6, we have discussed it calmly previously. He did not take me seriously or make changes. He sees this as a funny and just a joke. I agree that we need to talk more. So it sounds like it has been brought up previously. Number 7 and final one. Yes, it can be funny occasionally. I'm not trying to spoil his fun. I also need an adult partner at times and for him to stop when not appropriate. So I think all those things negates her from being an asshole. I will say if he doesn't go to therapy, then the marriage might end.
Yeah. That's kind of
rightfully so.
Like the general, like I don't know, but my first time hearing it, I wasn't getting like she fucking hates this dude. You know what I mean? It just sounds like he's annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got that she was starting to resent him though.
Yeah.
Can fester and grow into hate.
Yeah.
And to me, like the way I kind of hear him is like being, I don't know, just to me, someone acting like that, just kind of being like goofy, being themselves. Like, you know, as someone who's as a neurodivergent, like someone, if I can act like that with someone, I can't do that shit in front of other people.
No.
I can only do that with my wife and someone who I feel like a safe space for me. And the way I'm thinking about it is like, it's his safe space with her to be able to like act that way. And maybe the stress of like, again, finance is a very difficult field. And that's probably like something that he was like, all right, this is where I can disassociate with being a fucking finance person or like doing all that unnecessary shit. And maybe he just doesn't know how to regulate the way he acts sometimes towards his wife. But I do agree, not wanting to go to therapy is a dick move on his part. Maybe like the frequent conversations and maybe like the frequent, like, all right, maybe we need to set boundaries and act when maybe we can create a space together where like, all right, when you're getting on my nerves, you gotta be able to know the signs that I'm kind of getting annoyed of you type of shit.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can talk it out more, but the beginning part, I know Sean said he didn't kind of see like the way, like, you know, doesn't sound like they hate him, but to me, it's starting like she's starting to lose interest in him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sean, we read it and Sean was like, this is just X after X.
Yeah.
So, I will say like that being his safe space doesn't, mean he gets to trample over her needs as well.
Yeah, because my thing is like, John, you like to be goofy. If Juliet was like, hey, I don't love this one bit you're doing, it's kind of like, I'm starting to not love it. You know what I mean? I think you would probably be like,
respect
all
her
right, I'm going to chill out on that bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm going to
Yeah.
move to
Yeah.
a different bit. I'm going to find something else that you think is funny that we both like. The fact that, multiple talks and then not only the multiple talks to end it on being like rubbing it in her face again right before bed. I'm just like, yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I take it one step further, and maybe you can, like, the spouse can try to hey, maybe you should get tested to see if you are neurodivergent, just so you can understand, or he can understand himself better.
Well, that's what, like that, it sounds like he's against going to therapy at all.
And that's the part that pisses me off
yeah,
about.
it's like, okay, your partner is asking for you to like make some concessions, like to just even go get like diagnosed with, or like talk to her with a professional.
Mhm.
And it's just like, you're not even willing to do that. Why should I care either? Like that's, I feel this marriage is going downhill quickly,
For sure.
I
if he's-
think so too.
if he's not willing to cooperate.
I mean, it's like zero compromise on his part. You know what I mean?
And Reddit deemed not the asshole. And there was a quick update here. So it's been several months since I posted this, so I thought I'd come back to update as requested. He eventually agreed to get checked out,
Nice.
confirmed neurotypical and no other health concerns.
So he's just annoying as fuck.
Yeah. Yes. We were referred for marriage counseling and he won't go. I ended it and I'm slowly rebuilding my life.
Yeah.
Honestly, this post was just the tip of the iceberg and I'm exhausted but glad to be out. He also ended up really insulting our close friends and it all spiraled into complete hellfire. I'm sure it was when they found out he called them pig.
Pig
Pig
and
and
wig.
wig. Yeah.
And God knows what other names there were. So yeah, OP, the marriage ended.
I feel like 99.99% of the stories that are like, yeah, and this person refuses therapy. That person is always the asshole.
Yes. Well, or at least like a more communication, or like,
Yeah.
if you don't want to do therapy, sure, but you got to be open to communicating with your partner more and
Yeah.
and having like serious conversations with them.
And why ever dismiss someone's feelings when they're saying they're bothered about something?
Exactly.
Especially your partner. That's insane.
Mm.
All right, moving on to the next one here. Cross posted by Mary Gets 2011 again. Goat of Goats. And this one is titled, Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend if she can take a shower?
Does she stink?
I
You
don't
know
know.
what? Like, it's better you
'Cause-
than somebody
'cause-
else, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'd rather
That would be more embarrassing.
like if I'm
Yeah.
smelling like shit, I'd rather have Nancy be like, you smell like shit than like
Same.
somebody else.
At least if it's your partner, it's like, well, this will come around. I'll eventually remind you to shower or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
It-
I don't know.
yeah,
It's just
you're-
less embarrassing when it's like your person. You know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I'm tripping. Or like, good catch, good looking out. You know what I mean? When it's somebody else, especially like someone you're not that close to, you're
That's
like,
when it hurts.
oh God, that's embarrassing. That sucks.
someone at work.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah.
what's that fucking smell?
It smells like BO. Oh, God damn.
Damn, it's
Yeah, I
me.
don't know who that
Forgot
is.
deodorant today.
I don't know who that is.
All right. So you guys are saying not the asshole then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my girlfriend really only showers once a week, twice if I'm lucky.
Not to be disrespectful, she white. I feel like white people got a lot of like. Again, not trying to be disrespectful.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. There's just a lot of like every time I see like a podcaster that's like, yeah, and like I don't bathe. In fact, I've never washed my hands. It's always a white person, and I'm,
Really?
That's
I'm just like,
disgusting.
yo, what?
Wild.
Actually, yeah, I
Okay.
don't even like wipe my baby's ass anymore. You know, it's just, what? Wait, what? It's
Okay,
always
okay.
crunchy white people.
That's fair.
It's not frequent. I feel like it's probably the same podcast over and over that I see these outrages. They
Yeah,
must
okay.
be rage bait because I'm just like, there's no way, right? Like you're really not showering ever. You look
Hey, this
normal,
motherfucker
but you
naked,
probably
and I'm afraid to smell you.
That's crazy.
What is that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I didn't know that was part of my culture, but
I'm not saying it's part of the white people culture. I'm just saying all the clips I've seen have been the whites.
It's maybe just two white
It's
women.
probably
with a
just two
podcast.
white people.
Yeah, could be. All right, so typically we go to the gym together, and I've often asked her why she doesn't shower.
That's crazy.
Hell no.
crazy.
Bro, you go to the gym and you don't. Hell no.
Yeah. And she always comes up with something like, oh, women don't really sweat much, and I sweat very little even for women's standards. And I don't buy it because I can smell it. I used to just suck it up because I know she's extremely sensitive and kind of not safe for work here, but this even affected our sex life. I used to love going down on her, but after not showering after workouts / long work days, etc., I've lost interest.
I can imagine. Look,
Bro.
I would never, like when I haven't bathed or whatever, I'm not even thinking about initiating anything. Like
No.
I don't want to put you through that. I'm disgusting right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Bro, even after shower, I'm just like, you know what? Let me go and use like a wet wipe.
Let me
I'm
clean
trying
up
to
a
make
little
this
bit.
experience fun for the both of
yeah,
us.
what the fuck? Of course you don't want to do that anymore. It's
Damn,
crazy.
Bro, you be fucking going down seasoned cast iron shit.
No shower's wild.
Ugh.
Like, cause even like Asians don't really have like body odor issues, I feel.
It's the 14% European that I got me fucked.
Yeah, maybe. Because I
Same.
technically don't I never wear deodorant. You know what I mean? I don't have like VO, and if I do, no one's told me. But
You smelled fine when we were over
yeah,
there.
so like I could understand, just like naturally being like, oh yeah, I didn't really do like anything physical today. Just went to work, got home, like whatever. But the fact that you're going out to the gym a lot, and
That's
then you'd be like,
wild.
well,
Yeah.
we don't sweat, and me especially. No, cap. I feel even if you didn't sweat, like physical activity.
You were still in an environment with people that are sweating, and you were sitting
Yeah.
on equipment that Ben had sweated on.
Yeah,
Hell
that's
no,
crazy.
you better
That's
shower,
crazy.
girl. What the fuck?
I also imagine just like most people who do any sort of exercise are going to be sweating a percentage. Even you, Sean, like if
Oh
you go
yeah,
to work
I
out,
sweat a lot actually.
yeah, that's what I mean. So it's just like, it seems like you're lying to yourself. Anyway, fast forward a bit. She now started using the sauna at the
You're
gym
crazy. You're crazy.
on average of 2 times a week. She still refuses to shower. I've said there's no way you don't sweat in the sauna. Just me sitting 5 minutes in there gets me soaked. She says she doesn't sweat much there either. And she sits there for about 20 minutes.
Are y'all not at the gym
No way.
together?
Well, he might not be in the sauna with her.
The way I would immediately, my first advice is sit in the goddamn sauna and watch her sweat and be like, I fucking caught you. Because I mean, I don't know. Or catch her walking out of the sauna because there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Things are worse now. I can smell her very badly. Almost to the point where I try not to breathe in too close to her because it's not good. I've tried so long to give hints to get her in the shower more, like, hey, want to take a shower together? Winky face.
That's not incentivizing like you think it is, I don't think.
No. But she can't take the hint and says, why did we do that? There's only room for one under the water anyway. One evening, she wanted to lie down on the floor and stare at the world map she has. She invited me to lie down next to her and just talk about where we wanted to go next, etc. I lasted for about 1 minute before I had to make up some dumb
You gotta
excuse as
just
to why I
tell
had to
them.
get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, that smell must be crazy, dog.
Bro, I just can't like go my day to day like being I feel so gross. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I don't shower one day, I'm showering immediately the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's
Look.
like if I haven't worked out or done anything.
My worst ever nightmare was being in a field for a week straight and there was no bathroom facilities and couldn't shower, anything. And even with the wet wipes, I felt disgusting.
Yeah. She then gets upset and says something along the lines of, why are you always leaving? You never
You
do
smell
stuff
like
with me."
shit, bro.
The truth is, I just can't be close to her for long. I'm not even sure if I started to resent her because it's only this one thing that's bugging me in the relationship. But maybe I did, and that's my fault for being bad at communicating to her. Anyway, I couldn't hold it any longer. I tried one last time to ask her if she wanted to take a shower with me to show I did want to do stuff with her, but she declined. Then I said, I know you say you don't sweat, but I can smell. I don't like the smell of sweat, etc. And it being a popular gym we go to, I would just appreciate it if you showered a bit more. She freaked out. World War III started. Don't joke about that.
Too real.
She accused me of things and asked if I found her disgusting, etc.
I would say, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Almost, yeah.
What do you think? Yeah, that's what I said. You smell like shit, bro.
Yeah. It almost felt like she wanted me to think she was disgusting for some messed up reason. Like this was an easy way to create distance between us, have less sex and all that. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm overthinking it. It's just, to me, it feels awfully obvious to shower, if not daily, at least every other day. She said she doesn't want to shower her hair often, but still,
That's
you can
fine.
shower your body.
Yeah.
Our relationship is borderline over because I hurt her. So am I the asshole, and what could I have done differently?
Maybe no one's just taught her that, you could like wrap the hair
Body
up,
shower?
get a fucking, a hairnet or whatever, and just
True. Yeah.
You know?
The what do they call
shower
the
caps or something like that.
Shower caps. Yeah.
You could, maybe no one's taught her. But also, how old are you? Like, you should, these are like common knowledge things. They're like,
Wait, do they live together?
It seems like it, but it's
Oh
unclear.
my god. Dude, that bedroom must be crazy. That
the
car right
fucking-
there must be
the
crazy.
sheets,
dude.
bro.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh.
how often
I
are
mean,
you
if you ever
washing the
break up,
sheets?
if you ever break up with her, like the best line you can ever say to break up, just be like, "Hey, smell you later," and I'm out.
Good God, bro.
That's a good one.
It's over.
But yeah, I mean, you guys talked through most of the story there, but I think it's something where it's just, you should feel comfortable being able to tell your partner that.
Yeah, that's how we opened up the story. It's like, we would
Yeah.
much rather have our spouses tell us some shit.
A week straight is diabolical, though.
Yeah. And I don't love that when he did bring it up, she freaked out at him.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't sure, I could have maybe communicated it better, but there's also not a me issue. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help you and help this relationship.
The communication
and not only
definitely could
that-
have been better. Because
For
as
sure.
soon
And
as-
not only that though, like it's like you got to be courteous with others too. If you go in public and go to the gym and you kind of spread that around everywhere, that you're kind of being selfish.
that's
to
why
everyone
John
else,
built
too.
a home gym. Was only doing that for a while.
That's
He's
true.
like,
That's
y'all,
true.
y'all people nasty.
True.
Some people do be nasty, bro. I'm just
mean,
like,
this person-
fuck. Sometimes people like that don't,
Don't wipe the
don't
gym?
shower or like wipe the gym down and like, dude, I'd be in a treadmill sometimes, be like, fuck, I'm dizzy, bro. My God, go away.
Especially after
Bro,
COVID.
my
I'm just,
gym
like,
low-key
super-
like took away all like the spray bottles. Like they like lowered
Really?
the amount of spray bottles. I'm like, this is gross.
Where do you go?
I'm like, now people are gotta walk all this way over to get a spray bottle. I don't think they're gonna grab the spray bottle. I think they're just gonna leave. You know what I mean?
they're
All
not
right,
going
Sean,
to do
would
it.
you be embarrassed to bring your own spray bottle to the gym?
There you go.
No.
Good solution. It sucks that you would have to do that.
Yeah.
So Reddit deemed not the asshole. Cloudy Sprout said this is absurd for multiple reasons. My boyfriend just tells me, babe, take a shower. Babe, have chewing gum. Babe, your breath fucking stinks, and vice versa.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Even during foreplay, we sometimes say, yeah, go wash, if it's happening later during the day. If you can't just say that to your partner, you either need therapy or a different partner, which I think is fair.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you should feel comfortable enough to communicate that to your partner. And on to the update here. We broke up.
Good.
She refused to accept she was disgusting by not showering. Disgusting was in air quotes.
I feel like you can also just Google like, how often should somebody shower? And then that's
Yeah, it'd
end
be
of
the
the
first-
fight, right? I don't
It'd
know.
be the first AI Google thing that would come up.
Never.
Never. Don't do it. And she didn't see anything wrong with it. It was impossible for me to change her mind when she's dead set on something. No point for me to argue with someone like that. Seems like there's a lot of unresolved trauma in her past. I was aware of it, but not the severity of it and how it still affected her. One of the first sentences to come out when I confronted her about it was, break up with me then. Like she was challenging me or something. It really made me feel weird. Instead of us coming to an agreement together, she went very defensive and just attacked me. She struggled with having girlfriends as she was scared of them stealing her current boyfriend or something. So she always went to hang out with guys.
I don't think you didn't have friends for that reason. They just didn't want to be around you.
She loved getting validation from guys as well, so she ended up having a lot of friends with benefits over the years. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know, but that's just not my thing. For some reason, I almost feel used in a way because I feel like to her, I was just another friends with benefits, but she was someone I actually saw a future with. Ultimately, what made us break up, though, was the fact that she still sees herself as over men, or me in this case. She believes women are holy, her words, not mine. She was the taker in the relationship, I was the giver. It worked for some time, but I started resenting her and did not want to be much of a giver for her anymore. I started to notice she didn't appreciate my efforts and she did not reciprocate much at all. Hopefully she will find a guy who puts her on the highest pedestal out there, but this guy is not me. All power to her.
Good. Let her resolve her own damn shit.
Yeah,
Kara shower her with all the praises, but she doesn't shower, so it's what it is.
Damn. You are on another level today.
Hey, Sunday's a good day, baby.
That's crazy. John has 2 days off and he's just ready to go.
I'm ready.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully she finds like someone who, will either work with her on that or accept it, I guess. Yeah. And then you can find someone who, I mean, honestly, it sounds like that was the only issue. So
part of me is just like, how is this like a real? Because I feel like you could just text any, like, if this was a real fight, I would just be texting our friend group, be like, all right, be honest, y'all. She fucking stinks, right? Like, I'm not crazy. She smells like ass. And then it would be like, yeah, dude.
Isn't it fitting that Kara is like bathing?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. I kind of zoned out whenever y'all were talking about John taking a vacation. Because I was like, oh, Kara's bathing. She knows how to do that.
Yeah. Taking a shower right now. Hell yeah, Kara. We love a clean queen. All right. Let's move on to the last one here that I selected specifically for Sean.
Whoa.
And it was posted by a throwaway account. And the title is, Am I the asshole for embarrassing my parents in public over an allergy?
That's all you, brother.
Yeah, fucking man up, bitch.
What if it was her parents' allergy?
Oh. Natural selection.
Blow the peanuts, Sean. Blow the peanuts.
What are you saying, John?
I am not an expert, so I am relying on my boy here to steer me in the right direction.
All right, coward.
I am. I'm allergic to making a decision during this time.
All right, so I, 19 female, have been allergic to dairy since I was a baby. My doctor and parents had a whole schedule for the first half of my life to get me acclimated to dairy. It went from just me throwing up every night as a baby to the point where I could eat a pretty unrestricted diet and have no real symptoms other than stomach pains when I was in middle school. That's like Sean's dream, is just to fix everyone.
Yeah.
Exposure.
Just eat pad thai every day, peanut people. You'll get it.
Oh, your tummy hurts?
How come there's nobody in Thailand with peanut allergies? You know what I'm saying? Just fucking get it together. Exposure.
Because they died, Sean.
Oh.
Guys, remember, Sean's always right.
I'm never wrong, yo.
So this sounds kind of stupid, but it took me a couple months ago to realize that the stomach pain is actually a symptom and not something I just need to deal with. I was on a school trip and asked if I could have dairy-free meals because I knew my stomach would feel icky from motion sickness and traveling. And I actually ended up feeling great. So ever since coming back to university, I've basically gone dairy-free and my digestion has been great. However, because I now have lost all my tolerance for dairy, even very little makes me nearly as sick as when I was a really young child. I've told my parents this and they basically said, do whatever you want at school, but we didn't spend nearly 2 decades getting you used to dairy just to cut it out now. That's a lot of time wasted. Jesus.
We've been wrong for 20 years. We have no signs of stopping.
We're not going back now. Our child's is not dairy free. I don't care what you say. I had to go home recently for a family event that my parents hosted, and we had a big family meal with a lot of extended relatives where nearly everything had dairy. I tried scraping sauce and cheese off, but I ingested some anyway because I felt gross and spent a lot of the time in the bathroom. At one point, my mom got annoyed with me leaving the table so much in brackets, I was leaving a lot, and said kind of angrily, "Why are you being so rude at this event?" This annoyed me because I didn't feel I was being rude. I was sick. So I said to her, "Why don't you take my allergy seriously? You're the reason I've been eating this stuff that makes me sick for all my life." The issue is that I think it was kind of harsh of me. My parents do believe I have an allergy. They just also believe they cured me with the diet plan my doctor had me on. And they've told me that they only pursued it because my doctor said it could increase my quality of life to not have an allergy.
Was your doctor me?
Yes, it is you.
Pediatrician? Is that what it is?
Me all along.
Pediatrician? Yeah.
Pediatrician? There you go.
Which, to be fair, when I was on this plan, I was able to digest more without getting sick. My stomach just hurt a lot. I feel like I may be unnecessarily rude in how I reacted to my mother, and I'm also quite worried I drew attention to myself that wasn't needed. A lot of my relatives were asking if I was okay after dinner, which was kind of them, but not really the focus of the event. So am I the asshole?
It's the obvious
No.
one, right? Yes. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Your parents cured you and you went back.
Yeah,
on
you
it. How
fucking,
dare you.
what a waste of 20 years you just did. No, I mean, yeah, you fucking, even though you were able to digest it, it was never like a pleasant experience for you. And it's been 20 years of pain. And then you finally get away. You finally find something that works for you. Surprise, surprise, not dairy. And then you go home and then immediately your parents are like, nah, fuck all that noise. We're back on the cheese, baby. So yeah, I think they're pretty fucked up and stubborn for just not wanting to be told like, yeah, this is what works for you now. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like as a parent, and your kid is like, man, I'm in pain a lot.
You just want their comfort,
Yeah.
right?
And then
instead of pushing this narrative,
as soon
on
as you
them, which
find
is
out,
crazy.
we found something that doesn't make me in pain every time I eat food, and then you're like, nah. Like, I think you might be a bad parent. Like if my kid had a peanut allergy, I would not give them peanuts. I would probably not eat peanuts around them. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll see about
arguably,
that.
allegedly.
For CPS services. No, yeah. I mean, I think like, I feel like as a parent, you just want your kid to be comfortable, like what John said. So it's just like, it's so strange that your kid is like, I found something that works. And then it'll just be like, that's crazy. I think is cap. I think that's cap. We got to
You
try
wasted
milk
20
again.
years. Yeah. Well, I mean, Sean already said majority of things that I wanted to say too, but it sounds like you're getting attention from, a lot of your family, concerned about you. If I were you, milk it and just
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. I was like, he's going to use milk.
get as much attention from them. Cause then that'll kind of hopefully when other people are telling, the story or like kind of just confronting your parents about it, hopefully they can see the error of their ways that they've been pushing this on you for like the past 2 decades.
Mhm.
And, kind of what we said here, like at the end of the day, it's all about your comfort. If you don't ever want to consume dairy ever again, that's your prerogative. It sounds like you're kind of an adult in this scenario already. So kind of fuck what your parents saying. Just live your life how you want to live it and don't conform to what they want. And you're going to end up getting hurt for it. So just do what you need to do.
Also, hell yeah for everybody asking like, how are you feeling? Because then maybe the next family reunion, it'll be like maybe half and half, or they like won't be mad
Like
if you
milk,
like
right?
DoorDash your own shit. God damn
Especially
you, John.
Especially in this day and age, though, where it's just like so easy to avoid. Like, there's so many dairy-free options. It's like if you make anything, there's dairy-free milk. There's all kinds of different
sure.
things. It's just like, yeah, you could use that instead.
I will say this though, if I was cooking for a whole family reunion and only one person had an allergy, I'm not fucking changing the entire fucking dish for the one person. I'll make a smaller side dish.
Yeah,
for them,
batch.
you know what I mean?
That's my sister-in-law. She's dairy-free, and so we make like small portions of everything that's already been
that's what I would
made
do.
dairy-free. Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't,
Which is
because
way
I mean,
easier.
no disrespect to the dairy. They are not equal. You know what I mean? Fucking lactose free.
We're just going to skim past that statement from you, Sean.
Fuck you. Like non-dairy cheese is not even close. It's not close.
No.
It's so bad.
The milk is
good.
Like,
Yeah.
you
I mean,
can't tell.
I drink oat milk. I fuck with oat milk. You know what I mean?
I love oat milk.
Coconut milk is good. But just like the cheeses, we we don't have the technology yet for that.
we haven't got
we
there.
haven't got there yet. I'm sure we're getting
Yeah.
close, but I mean, just cheese is so bad. I don't know if y'all had it.
Yeah, exactly. Reddit deemed not the asshole, and I agree with you guys what you said. This actually is like my mom has recently, like she's always my whole life had stomach issues, and then just like the past year started cutting out dairy, and she's like, I feel so much better.
That's crazy. Her doctor's never fucking
Never said anything.
Yeah.
Can you just like go to a doctor and they can immediately tell her, or do you have to do multiple tests to find out?
I guess you have to
you're
talk about it.
allergic.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
Nancy was
okay.
like, oh, I have stomach pains or blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, that might be tied to this. Maybe try cutting this out. And then like, she's like, oh, okay. And then, it's kind of just like a testing hypothesis
Okay.
type thing.
Yeah, and I think my mom got like, they were like, oh, maybe you have IBS, or like you get diagnosed with a ton of different things
Yeah.
potentially.
That's the bowel one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
IBS.
So it's just like I feel it's just like it's trial and error.
Yeah.
And my mom just did not try enough, try and go to her doctor enough to talk about it. But
Or maybe her doctor was not on it.
it could be that as well. I don't know. But she's living her best life.
Hell
now,
yeah.
dairy-free,
That's good.
So, and so much more. Eagle said, not the asshole. They tried to cure your allergy, but it really didn't work. You were still in lots of physical distress. Maybe their efforts improved your quality of life compared to what it would have been if you had followed a normal diet.
Mhm.
But your quality of life has most improved by eliminating dairy from your diet altogether. Besides, if it only took 3 months to eliminate all their effort, you weren't cured. You were barely managing the condition. They don't seem to get that, which I will say is true. It's crazy. like as soon as you stop ingesting something that you're allergic to,
The quality of
how-
life.
how quickly, like if you have a little bit, it like will be
Kinda revert
way
back. It's
worse.
just-
Yeah, that's how I feel like
Painful
when
as
I
hell.
always hear when people are like, oh yeah, I went like vegetarian for like a year and then like I had like one piece of meat when I was trying to transition and it fucked me up bad.
Yeah. All right. That is it for this episode, Wikimaniacs. Let us know what you thought of these people down in the comments. If you want some more stories, go to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network or hit join on our YouTube channel to become a member. We get 2 bonus stories every Friday, 1 every Monday, and then bonus episodes all throughout the week.
So much bonus.
So much. If you like what we do, but maybe you don't want to subscribe to Patreon, you can still
Slack.
you can still subscribe to the podcast, share it with a friend. Oh, all of that helps out as well. We're looking to get 1 million YouTube members or YouTube subscribers. For Sean's.
Please, we want to be noticed by Sean's mom for once.
I just wanted to be proud.
Maybe she'll take you to the hospital next time your
Yeah.
other pinky
That
birthday.
way when I break my pinky, she'll believe me this time.
We'll hit 1 million and she'll be like, wait, you haven't hit 2 million yet?
Proud of you, Anak.
If you don't understand the pinky reference, we're going to need you to buy that Patreon membership.
You're damn right.
Once again, exactly. And if you want to buy merch from us, we've got new merch up right now.
Mhm.
It's the March Madness.
And we
March
will be
Madness.
donating. We asked in the Discord, we asked the patrons. I thought, they should get first dibs because they're paying us. What charity we donate to, and we decided to do, since it's International Women's Month in the US, at least, I think we're going to do half of our donations are going to Planned Parenthood.
Yes. Also, I believe International Women's Month means everywhere, but I could be wrong.
Well, when I Googled it, just because I didn't know if
Really?
it was like we're celebrating International Women, but I don't know if other people are also celebrating that,
I'm sure there's some countries that don't, but I'd imagine most. I could be wrong.
I hope it says international. It's all over. So
You would hope.
You would
my
hope.
That's my hope.
Either way, it's International Women's Month somewhere, and we're donating half of our proceeds for this merch to Planned Parenthood. So grab your March Madness 69 merch.
So sick.
So sick, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and thank you for Sean for designing that up.
Yeah,
We love it.
I'm nervous.
But yeah, so you can grab that at redditonwikishop.com. All the links to everything we mentioned just now is down in the show notes. But with that, close out the episode. Thank you, John and Sean, for coming on, giving your takes. And thank you, Wikimaniacs, for another amazing episode. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Later.
Get therapy.